long-standing destiny. It's one of those gentlemen, you talk about the most underrated wrestler in the world today. Yehi's a man that can have that crown time and time again, and I think he's had a rightful claim to it for quite some time. Everything you've just said about Fred Yehi is factual, but if you look over the past few weeks, you see a different side of Fred Yehi. You see a man who's unhinged, who's desperate, who's on edge, a man who felt that the entire world was overlooking him, and he would go through any bounds possible to make people stand and take notice. I still don't believe Fred Yehi needed to do that or should have done that, but bottom line is he got what he wanted. And speaking of unhinged, speaking of on edge, his opponent here tonight, and selected by the reigning champion, Mance Warner. It's Pick Your Poison. Second Gear Crew, baby. Next couple of weeks. The one-man militia, Matthew Justice. The next couple of weeks will be so pivotal for Fred Yehi and Mance Warner. You're talking momentum, you're talking health, you're talking frame of mind. Mance Warner had one opportunity to choose any man he wanted to stick it to Fred Yehi, to break that concentration, break that momentum, and see if Yehi came into that fight May 7th on fight less than 100%, and I don't know that you can choose better than Matt Justice. Manser knows Justice well, Second Gear Crew. They ride the roads together, they fought with each other, they fought against each other, and Matt Justice will not quit, not die, not stop, nor risk his own body to inflict damage on somebody else. Can Yehi get through Matt Justice on the way to Mance Warner? And if he does, what will he look like after he does? You got to think, Second Gear Crew really looking for some revenge here. You know, Matthew Justice, he saw what Yehi did to Mance Warner. Yeah. He saw what they did to the one called Manders. Yeah, and then keep in mind, Yehi was choking the life out of Manders in our entranceway while a couple of hired goons held Mance Warner at bay and forced Mance to watch maybe his best friend in this world get deprived of oxygen, and Mance, for the first time in a long time, felt absolutely powerless. There we go, main event of AAW Alive. Once again, thank you for joining us here on Twitch.tv. We'll see everybody next week. Yeah, and next week, it's going to be Yehi choosing Mance's opponent, I'm assuming non-title, and you can only imagine with the amount of enemies Mance Warner has, the amount of connections Fred Yehi has, who that could be, and that'll be Mance's final matchup in AAW before May 7th, before Take No Prisoners. It is the biggest championship matchup of the year for AAW, and it's only getting bigger as the days count down to May 7th. In this contest, all you're going to see right here is absolute violence personified. What about last time you saw Matt Justice here on Twitch? He and Kerry J took each other to the absolute physical limit. A superplex off the top rope, the sickening thud on this immobile, unprotected floor. Matt Justice and Kerry J nearly put each other out of commission to make a statement, and that wasn't personal. There's a lot more personal stakes this week for Matt Justice. And a chop to the chest of Yehi from Matt Justice. Justice now chopping him one more time. The one-man militia, the man who calls himself the human embodiment of thrash metal. And you know, Justice will do anything for the moment. He'll do anything for the thrill, anything for the rush. But you know there's a side of Matt Justice as well who would love to be the top contender for Manser himself. We've seen Second Gear Crew fight each other in the ring, leave it all in the ring, and then emerge as friends afterwards. Justice would love to beat Yehi and maybe call dibs on a title shot against the winner after May 7th. Yehi now driven head first into that top turnbuckle. And I mean, this was a great deal, the strategy by Mance Warner. Yeah. Picking Matt Justice as the hand-picked opponent, I mean, it's so smart. He knows that there's nobody on this roster that can inflict damage quite.
I think Mansour's heart, as blackened and weathered as that may be at times, I think his heart wanted to pick Manders, but maybe a thought second of it, because there's no way Manders is 100% after the assault by Yehi, and there's no way he'd go into this matchup with a proper frame of mind. Matt Justice is always in an out there frame of mind, for lack of a better term, reckless to himself and others. Let's be honest. Yehi is much more ground and pound, technically savvy. Yehi loves to be meticulous. This is a styles clash here. That's what makes it so intriguing to me as Yehi connects with the takedown.
Just notice on the bottom of Matt Justice's boots. Oh my God, looks like sending him to the outside. Just notice on the bottom of Matt Justice's boots, there's still thumbtacks embedded at the bottom of the
And who can say how many months they've been there?
I tell you, he didn't buy him that way.
No, not at all.
K&H doesn't sell them.
He earned those thumbtacks, and it might create some hassles going through airport security, but in this ring, I guarantee those are badges of honor to Matthew Justice.
I mean, think about the wars we've seen Matt Justice here in AAW. We've seen him go against Luke Cage. We've seen him go against Mansour, Jake Crist, Gary J. The list goes on and on.
And he's still standing to talk about it. Jeez. Right into a wall.
Now going into the guardrails, throat first, goes Yehi.
But this is what Justice wants. This is where Justice thrives. This is where Yehi is a fish out of water.
Driving the lip of that chair, Fred Yehi. Things are going to get good and dangerous here in a hurry.
I think that one was for Manders.
Yehi in a bad way. I don't know if he's ever been in as much pain as he is in right now.
And Yehi won't have any help. We saw a couple of weeks ago, Mansour took out those two goons. They haven't been heard from since. You got to believe they'll be smart enough not to show up here this week.
We got a brawl going on in the crowd here. I hope our cameraman can keep up with this contest.
Yeah, Matthew Justice is directing traffic, and that scares me in a sense as well. Yehi's just looking for the ring.
A purveyor of violence and a phenomenal director. Who would have thought?
He's multifaceted.
Yehi finding his way back to ringside. Oh, clawing at the man, tearing the flesh. Fish hooking him. And a chop to the chest almost sends him over the guardrails.
And we have seen one shot from Yehi in the past turn the tides and change the tempo. I don't care how tough you are, those Yehi shots can be heart-stopping.
And now sent over the guardrails goes Justice. Both men brawling here at ringside. These are in a bad way here.
And check out Yehi. He's using his surroundings outside the ring to trap Justice and almost clasp Justice in, I can't say a submission hold being outside of the ring, but in some kind of a grip, some kind of a hold that plays more to Yehi's strengths.
And we can see a look at these guardrails that, here right in front of us. These are thick.
They are.
And Yehi's using all of his body weight, using all that leverage, putting the pressure on the ribcage, the sternum, making it so Justice can't breathe. You can't breathe, you can't fight. You can't fight, you can't purvey violence.
And Justice now having trouble breathing once again. Let's be honest, if these guardrails were not double tough and the thickest we could find, AAW would be replaced in them every 2 or 3 months. I mean, bottom line, they are meant to withstand the absolute best and worst from these athletes. And Yehi gave it his best to contort the body of Justice over that rail. You saw the rail didn't give an inch. Digging into the eyes and the face. This is not something the old Yehi would have done.
Clawing at the man. Now using a ringside bystander to his advantage.
Went to the side of the head.
Driving that chair to the side of the head of Matt Justice.
And thankfully, for all of us watching, AAW is an environment that encourages no disqualifications, no countouts, because this thing stopped resembling a wrestling match several minutes ago.
Oh, I don't know. I know Justice is trying to fight out of instinct here, but the look in his eyes says otherwise.
Justice, I think, instinct is the word of the day. He knows he needs to. He may not be sure why right now, because he was absolutely rocked. Oh, he's lacerated.
Oh, Justice busted open in a hard, bad way.
Yeah, and it looked like it was that above the left eye, Tyler.
I'm trying to get a vantage point here. Yehi, however, animated the camera, so not able to see. Senton is. Looks like it's busted open over his left eye.
And it looks deep. Blood is flowing. 2 count only. Notice Yehi put pressure down on the cut as he went for the lateral press and ensured the fact that Justice getting out.
God, that was in the eye. They're trying to rip the eye out of his socket.
Yeah. And trying to enlarge that cut as well. Just as he did with that kick out, Justice's motion caused the raking of the cut even further. And the more this matchup goes on, come on, Yehi. Yeah, it's animalistic here. The longer this match goes, the more that blood is going to seep into the eye of Justice, impair his vision. He's going to hurt his balance. He's going to lose his equilibrium. But Justice is fighting. Justice grew up idolizing his extreme heroes, and perhaps that blood can help him dig down and find something deeper.
Think about the blood, the sweat mixing together into that open wound, into that eye. Absolutely blinding.
Yeah, it's a concoction of pain and disorientation. And Justice, I think, is trying to talk to himself and figure out where he is and what he's doing here.
Looks like Justice still trying to battle out here as Yehi.
I think Justice took a swing at the cameraman. He wasn't sure who was coming after him because he couldn't see.
Fred Yehi is cool, calm, and collected as they come right now.
And not empty-handed.
Grabbing that equalizer.
Crowd chanting for SGC second-year crew, knowing that Mansur's watching and rooting on his buddy. But Yehi is meticulously just ripping apart the face of the one-man militia.
Throwing at the face one more time.
And you know Yehi is doing this to Justice and envisioning Mance Warner and envisioning that AAW championship slipping from Mance Warner's grasp.
And now these paint-brushing boots, not much behind him, just the ultimate sign of disrespect. And Yehi toying with the man.
Imagine if this is the visual we see May 7th in the main event. Imagine if Yehi could do this on the way to the championship.
We'll be looking at a new heavyweight champion.
Oh!
German suplex on the floor. Justice dumped on his neck.
The floor shook at my feet upon impact. These men are 10, 15 feet from me. The floor reverberated because of Justice's head and neck.
And not just Justice's head and neck, but the impact Yehi threw with that suplex. He landed on his own head, throwing caution to the wind, doing whatever it takes to put down Matt Justice. If it means putting himself down, so be it.
Tyler, Matt's favoring 3 or 4 different parts of his anatomy right now. I don't know if he can see. I don't know if he knows where he is. But damn it, he's still trying to get to his feet.
And that's what Fred Yehi does best. He targets every part of the body that he possibly can. Left eye, right arm, left leg. He's going to disorient you every which way that you can just to prove a point.
It's systematic dissection. It's meticulous like a surgeon, but with sinister intentions. And now riding Justice here with a rear mount, rear waist lock, trying to trap Justice in his grasp.
Controlling that elbow, looking to walk towards the head to stack him up on the shoulder. Clutch! If he can lock this in, that's going to be it.
And Justice knew he had to break.
Battle out of the way, but Yehi just so relentless in his attack. Going to the eye one more time.
Oh, I watch Yehi pounce on his foe. It's almost watching like a nature documentary of how an animal in the wildlife will pounce on his foe, or a snake will get enough leverage to ingest its prey. That was Yehi on the ground, getting the leverage, getting the positioning, getting the grip he needed to snap off that Koji clutch, albeit for a moment.
And a snap drop kick there from Yehi, catching Justice right where he needed to. Justice still able to get back up to his feet. Yehi trying to chop down the big man one more time.
Listen, hurting Matt Justice is one thing. That's been Matt's whole career. Keeping him down is another. And Yehi may be realizing that. Justice, for the love of God, he's on his feet. Can you believe it? And rubber-legged as he may be, unsure of himself as he may be, can still fire up with a double-hand knife-edge chops.
The craziest thing about Matthew Justice, once he learns how to acclimate his body to taking the assault, to getting the violence inflicted on him, he becomes the most dangerous man in the world. The wherewithal to withstand the attack that Fred Yehi put on Matt Justice just a few moments ago, for him to be back up on his feet right now.
And a passion, desperation shot by Justice. Follow up. Yehi ducked the head too early. Oh, back and forth center ring.
Spinning back fist, catches him with a ricocheted spear. Yehi down. Justice feeling it.
He's feeling it in more ways than one. The adrenaline and the pain. Which one's winning out?
He has that look in his eye.
The heart is willing. The body will only go so far.
Inside cradle! Oh, God. Beautiful knee strike from Matt Justice. Hoists him. Impaling DDT. What's the far leg?
Got it. Oh! Half a count away from beating the #1 contender. I think a saving grace for Justice here. It looks like the bleeding has stopped over the eye of Matthew Justice. That's one shot maybe to get back into this thing, clear the
you got to think. I mean, we talked about, so many upsets that could be happening. What if that Justice was able to get the one?
Look at the discoloration on Justice's chest and shoulder. Not to cut you off, but yeah, that would mean a potential second gear crew versus second gear crew title matchup.
I mean,
I'll let Yehi hear that.
Potential of a triple threat match. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what AAW management will decide to do?
Pick your poison.
Yes, here we go.
I don't know if Matt intended to do that, but it's mine.
Finding the equalizers, and you know what they like to say. You buy the ticket.
Take the ride.
Take the ride. Dangerous indeed.
Yeah, well, I hope Yehi read the safety hazards. I hope he knows what he's gotten himself into. Not that he had a choice, but he has to deal with the consequences. Any other man would have been kept down. Matthew Justice maybe warming up again.
Justice heading over.
Oh, trash can. And Justice, testament to what's been taken out of him. He had a couple attempts to get that in there. But the bottom line is, Matt Justice has turned this ring into his own personal playpen.
He's thinking about creating some carnage, making some damage happen in a bad way.
And Yehi needed to get out, and he did.
Very smart by Yehi. Finds his way to the outside, creating as much distance as he can. And to me, it looks like Fred Yehi saying, I'm going to learn how to fight another day.
Well, he needs to fight in 13 days on Fight TV pay-per-view, and Justice is not content with that result. There will be no countouts here. It's referee's discretion at best.
Oh. Driven back into the ring by Matt Justice is Yehi.
That kid goes to Savageweight. And Justice measures Yehi, who again is out of here.
Yehi knows what damage is looming here. He knows all it takes is somebody as crazy and sadistic as Matt Justice to hit one of his attacks.
I don't know if there's a way Yehi can win with that rig covered in plunder.
The lip of the chair dripping into the spine.
But Tyler, is it better for Yehi to take this fight to the floor or deal with the chairs in the ring?
I don't think there's anywhere for Yehi to take this fight that's going to be advantageous for him. Matt Justice has gone into that, for lack of a better term, that second gear.
And Yehi again trying to crawl away.
That extreme mentality. Mr. DDT on a pilot shift. Yehi able to desperately roll that shoulder off the mat in the last second.
What would a loss here due to the psyche of Fred Yehi, who has been consumed with the AAW Pro title shot he feels he so rightfully deserves? If he goes in to that matchup on pay-per-view with a major loss, running space in his head, how will that affect him against Justice's friend Mance Warner, who booked this match in the first place?
I mean, it's gonna take a huge dividends for Mance Warner. He's gonna go into that contest with a wave of momentum.
And Yehi still has to pick Mancer's opponent next week right here on Twitch.
Wasted onto the shoulders. Justice, oh my god, I think it was like a Death Valley driver onto that chair. Instead, oh my god! Head into the chair too! Justice able to roll out!
Head and neck compression. Justice still doesn't know where he is. That may have been part of Justice powering out and part of Yehi not having the leverage over top he needed. But bottom line is, Justice got compromised in a dangerous, dangerous way. Yehi will do anything to make it unscathed to Mance Warner and take no prisoners.
Justice dumped on his neck. Oh, that trash can careening off the back.
The upper spine, that neck, that cervical vertebrae that was just damaged a moment ago. Yehi, no accident there.
Yehi thinking bad intentions
What in the world? His neck's already been damaged. And Yehi's trying to get positioning.
Oh my god, no. That chair's in a dangerous position.
And taking at the cut and punching the cut again, trying to open Justice up. Justice is trapped here. It's almost like that chair is a modified noose around his neck.
Yehi looking to call for the end here. Justice knows it's coming. Good God, the chair kicked into the throat. Justice crashing down to the mat.
That Justice was unconscious before he hit the ground.
And Yehi stoically standing tall.
That may have been Fred Yehi's kill shot, but it looks like he's not done. He's not satisfied with a motionless Matthew Justice.
Yehi not coming out of this contest unscathed himself. He's in a bad way.
Yeah, we're not done here. It seems at least.
Just a little bit longer. Justice able to succeed to...
Well, you heard Yehi calling out Mance Warner. I think Yehi may be trying to bait Mance Warner out here to save Justice, just like he tried to do with Manders a few weeks ago. Yehi once in Mansour's head. He succeeded in the recent past.
And a scathing slap. Justice woken up. Justice, take the ride. Dick belly through the chair.
The ride wasn't so bad, but the landing hurt like hell, and the one-man militia scaling to the top.
All the way up top. What comes up? Down. Awesome splash into the chair. Double stop to the back. And now Yehi hooks him. Yehi crooks him. Koji clutch locks. Center of the ring. Fight at the hell down.
On the right hands with the skull. That can't defend himself. This is it.
Justice out cold. Yehi.
Stop it. Come on.
Just beating at that cut. Throws perch down. Good job. Yehi's a man unhinged. A man possessed.
And I don't know that we've seen him at his worst yet. With 13 days to go. I don't believe Justice conceded.
Wow.
We're not going to get I quit out of Justice's lips, but he could not defend himself. He was motionless, and Fred Yehi would not have stopped.
Referee made the right call. As Fred Yehi victorious here tonight.
Yehi moves on to 13 days, challenging Mance Warner for the AAW Pro